So we tried to have a baby. And I was shocked when we couldn't get pregnant. I mean, it was months and months. I was like, okay, I'm going to take some time. Then after a while, I was like, what is going on? Of course, I type 8 it, right? I apply my type A good student personality to reproduction. So I went on all the internet and went down the rabbit holes of fertility research. And it's really shocking how little we know about fertility. I could not believe that we don't know a lot of reasons why some of us can't get pregnant. We have some things that we know, but there's a lot of mystery involved. And that was so shocking to me. I mean, the science shows that its majority is the woman's fault, right? Which I feel like is a horrible bias in science, right? We're like pointing the finger at women. But but I still was like, okay, I'm gonna do everything I can to follow the rules and make this work. So I measured my temperature every day. I scheduled sex, very romantic. I took the right supplements, exercise, try to cut down on this food and that food, and whatever. I tried to do all the things every single day, thinking about it. And it was this cycle of disappointment. The 2 weeks leading up to trying, I was doing all the things, measuring, eating, exercising, praying, not praying, being spontaneous, whatever. And then we would try, and then I'd have hope, and then it would be negative. The test would be negative. So that would be over and over again. It was heartbreaking every time. And every time I thought, what's wrong with me? What's wrong with me? What's going on? Well, like, why can't I do this? I'm doing all the right things. Why can't I do this? The only thing I really found that men could do to help fertility is abstain from marijuana. So it was pretty much like one of the few things that science points to as how men contribute to infertility. So I was like, okay, Danny, call him Danny, can you please just not um, smoke weed before we try again? And I had started to take some, fertility medications. And I remember being in the kitchen. It was such a hard couple weeks because the medication that I was taking to help me ovulate was making me into a crazy person. Like, I've never experienced this before, but I was having looping thoughts of hurting myself. I knew it was the drugs because it was like, once I took it, I would have these thoughts, and it was so scary and so hard. And I was like, what is happening? This is terrifying. But I was holding myself together, and I was like, I'll do anything I can to make this work, to have this baby. So I was standing in the kitchen, just kind of, getting on with my evening, trying to hold myself together. And then Danny was in the basement, hanging out with a friend. And when he came up to the kitchen, the first thing I saw was his eyes, and his eyes were bloodshot. And then a moment later, the smell of smoke hit my nose, and I was heartbroken. And as soon as he saw my face, he started apologizing profusely. Oh my God, I'm so sorry. Oh, and it almost made it worse because I was like, I was putting my body and mind through hell every single day, thinking about this every single minute, changing anything I could. And he got the luxury to just let it slip his mind. I really, really needed a partner in this. And it was moments like that that felt like I'm alone. I'm carrying this burden alone.